The simplest business model on earth is this one. Get every single person to give you $1. If 330 million people each hand you $1, that's $330 million. But let's be real, that idea is a little naive. So let's flip the script. What if we don't chase 330 million bucks? What if we just go after one apartment complex? If every household drops you $1, you've got your starter capital in no time. So how do you get a whole complex to willingly pay you? Honestly, it's simple. This kind of window opens up every single year, and not just once a year either. One college girl pulled this exact play, and she left every classmate of hers eating her dust. So how did she get a whole neighborhood to fork over their money? The answer is human nature, and that's the bedrock of every business model ever built. What she zeroed in on was an everyday need, something every household in the area already buys: hoodies. So one Saturday, this girl is selling hoodies at a farmer's market. A young guy strolls up and asks how much for a hoodie. She says, "These just dropped this season, $50 each. Want one?" The guy says, $50, way overpriced. Nobody's paying that. You should be selling these for $1. The girl gets fired up right away. She goes, "Are you trying to start something? My cost on these is $15 a pop." The guy grins and says, "Easy, easy, just hear me out. I can show you how to sell these for $1. And not only will you not lose a cent, you'll actually walk away with way more money. If I pull this off, can I grab your number? Let's connect." She says, "Sure, go ahead. What's your angle?" He says, "All right, watch this. You're selling hoodies at $50. Your cost is $15, so you net $35 per hoodie, right? But every customer either grabs one or walks out empty-handed. Either way, you're stuck. So here's the play. Throw up a sign. The sign reads, hoodies, $50 each. First hoodie, $50. Second hoodie, $30. Third hoodie, $10. Fourth hoodie, just $1. Now tell me straight up, are people gonna grab all four?" She says, "Oh, 100%. But where's the money in that?" He says, "Run the math with me. 4 hoodies cost you $60 total, right? First sells for 50, second for 30, third for 10, fourth for 1. Add it all up." She pulls out her phone and taps the calculator. That comes out to $91. He says, "Cost is 60. You just bundled them for 91. That's $31 of pure profit. And that's more than selling just one hoodie at full price, right?" Then he says, "And if you want to clear inventory even faster, drop another $20 on a paper goods bundle. Paper towels and toilet paper combo packs. Retail on those bundles runs at least $25. Everybody burns through that stuff weekly. So anyone who grabs 4 hoodies, you toss in $100 worth of paper goods on the house. Now tell me those hoodies aren't gonna fly." The girl hears all this and slaps the table. She says, "I've been running this stand for 2 summers. Never once thought of any of this. How are you this dialed in?" The guy gives a small smile and says, "Stupid people in debt keep robbing Peter to pay Paul. Smart people in debt focus on just 3 things. If you're buried in debt right now, if you feel like you can't climb out, if you have no money, no resources, no clue how to make money, if you're drifting through your days, not knowing what industry to choose, not knowing how you're ever going to pay people back, feeling lost, helpless, and crushed by pressure every single day, and if part of you has even started thinking about just ending it all, then let me ask you this. How do you make 10 million in 1 year, wipe out all your debt and become wealthy? I'm going to tell you one trick. You don't need to live like a monk. You don't need to become some investing genius. Whether you live paycheck to paycheck or you're drowning in credit card debt, you still have a shot at making 7 figures by the end of the year. Why is it that when a poor person owes a few $100,000, they feel like their life is over? But when a rich person owes tens of millions, they don't even treat it like a real problem. What a poor person lacks most isn't money. It's this truth that rich people will never tell you. Put money in a bone in front of a dog and the dog will choose the bone because it has no idea that money can buy far more bones. That idea is unbelievably powerful. I seriously recommend that you stay up late if you have to, but finish this book, Make More Money. This book matters because it's the kind of book that could help you pay off all your debt. You should read it. This book lays out hundreds of ways to make money and helps you understand the underlying logic behind it. You'll realize that making money can feel as natural as breathing. By the time you finish this book, you'll have learned at least hundreds of ways to make money. It'll honestly send a chill down your spine because you'll realize there are so many ways to make money that ordinary people would never think of in a lifetime. You'll realize you've already missed countless chances to get rich. If you want to seize an opportunity and change your life, then this is one book you cannot afford to leave out of your comeback story. This is one of the most effective books on making money and building wealth that I've ever seen. When you finish this book, one huge realization will hit you. Making money and getting rich really does have methods behind it that can be learned and repeated. It can raise your financial awareness, open your eyes and grow your wallet. If you follow the steps in this book, you really might end up making a lot of money far more easily than you thought. So whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s, if you want to make money, you need to get this book and seriously study the methods inside it. I genuinely hope it helps you become wealthy.